Hi, I'm Angie Austin with Oil and Gas 360, and we're here at EnerCom's 2018 Oil and Gas Conference in Denver, Colorado. And joining us is Earl Reynolds. He is the President and CEO with Chaparral Energy. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Angie.
All right, let's start, Earl, with a quick rundown of your company's core assets, where they are, what they are, and briefly let's talk about your approach to drilling and developing those assets.
So Angie, yes, so Chaparral is a pure play stack player in the mid-continent of the U.S. So we have about 119,000 net acres in the stack, and our core position is in kind of the shallow, the normal pressure black oil window in Kingfisher County and Garfield County and Canadian County merged position. So we have a really nice asset base. We have multiple years of drilling inventory for high return drilling opportunities in Chaparral. And our position has been to exploit that position through our drilling activities. We currently have 3 rigs running today in our position, and we just approved a 4th rig, and so we're ramping up to a 4th rig real soon.
Okay.
And so we went through a restructuring as a company last year, and came out of restructuring and had to do some portfolio realignment for our company and sell some assets. We sold our EOR position, and that allowed us to focus exclusively on the stack. So that's why we're a pure play company today. And so recently we just did a high yield bond offering, and so now we have $350 million of liquidity, and we have had some great results, very good, strong results in the last couple of quarters. In fact, we raised our guidance by 13% of our full year guidance for our stack production. So we're ready now for acceleration of our portfolio, and so you'll see us drill more wells in the latter part of this year and into 2019.
All right. Let's talk about something new that you've learned from drilling and producing your assets that's unlocked more of what you can get out of them.
Yeah, well, Angie, what I would tell you that we've gone through a learning curve like all companies in the stack, where we've had to basically from our frac standpoints, we actually increased our sand loading, our spacing cluster density. We've actually increased that as well. So we've gone through your typical learning curves you go through. We had to go through our define what zones work for us commercially and what didn't work. We've gone through those steps, and so we've kind of passed all that now. We feel real good about the results we're getting. We exceeded our type curves quite a bit over the course of the last several months, and so as a result of that, we feel good about our next step, which will be for us to start doing spacing tests over our acreage, and then ultimately into full scale development. But a key thing for us was the typical learning curve to identify what rock works, what doesn't work, and then what kind of frac techniques work for us. And so we feel good about our current frac designs.
Let's talk about new technologies that you're seeing out there that are likely to become commonplace in the oil and gas industry over the next few years.
One of the big things you hear a lot about now is big data. And the big data is because you're drilling a lot of wells. We're getting a lot of information in on these wells every day while we're drilling and while we're completing wells and then while we're producing wells. And so it's important because ultimately you're about efficiency of wells and how the wells produce to ensure you can produce these wells at the lowest cost. And so the big data allows you to see that. And what you want to do is you want to get the data at the fingertips of your technologists and your engineers and your scientists such that they can understand it, evaluate, and make real-time decisions. And so big data is one key piece of that. The other thing you're seeing a lot is frac technology is changing every day. And so we're identifying how we can do to try to ensure that we get the most efficient fracs every day. And so we're changing, trying to get more complexity through different sand configurations and different cluster spacings. So those two things where I've seen are the two big pieces on technology that changed.
All right. Let's talk about, really this is good news, now that the industry has come out of the most recent period of declining oil prices. What's next in your view? What should oil and gas companies be focused on, for instance, for the next few years?
Yeah, Angie, it's about investing in our business. So right now, it's a very capital intensive business, and so you need access to capital to be able to grow companies, and we're about trying to grow our company no different than any other company. So it's about how do you access capital? Right now, the things we're hearing from our investing community is that you want to find companies that have a visibility and a view of when they can be cash flow neutral. And that when you reinvest the capital, you actually have enough cash flow from operations to support that reinvestment. So in the past, it wasn't been as important because growth was what people focused on. So every company has to have that capability, and Chaparral's no different. So we're early in our life cycle. We're about 20,000 barrel BOE a day a company. In the next couple of years, though, we can be cash flow neutral. That's one of the key things for us. And as we think about trying to take our company to the next phase.
In terms of a takeaway, what's the primary message, Earl, that you want people to take away from your presentation at the conference this year?
Look, I would tell you that I don't think people quite appreciate how the stack's evolved the last couple of years. I mean, it's a few years ago the stack was just really people started drilling it. What we've had is that we've evolved into understanding the basin, limits of the basin. And as it relates to the normal pressure black oil window where stack acreage, for Chaparral stack acreage primarily located, we're finding great returns. We're seeing great economics, and we got a deep inventory of drilling opportunities. And so we're seeing that the Chaparral position is well positioned with our balance sheet and with our deep inventory of drilling opportunities for growth in the next couple of years. We're a low-cost operator. We are been top quartile from that standpoint for the last couple of years, and we want to continue to be that way. And that's really how we think about running our business. And we want to ensure, for us to be premier, we have to have a low-cost operations, we have to have great return projects, and we have to have a deep inventory of drilling opportunities and a supporting balance sheet. Put all that together, that's what Chaparral Energy is.
Sounds like you've had an exciting year.
We've had a great year.
Yeah.
Had a great year. Yeah, it's been exciting. Came out of Chapter 11 last year, and now we've got the company focused in the stack, and we're having some great success. We actually upgraded our guidance for production the last quarter, and real pleased about that as well.
Well, thank you, Earl.
Thank you.
Earl Reynolds, CEO and President of Chaparral Energy. I'm Angie Austin for Oil and Gas 360. Thanks for joining us.